remove the turf at the top. All you do is, with the big spade, you just cut out squares of turf. You remove them from the surface and then you put them back down into the peat bog there. And as you can see, they form back into a knitted layer, and then in 30, 40, 50 years, if I were to carry on cutting peat and I take away all this layer, I'll be able to then go and cut in there. And as you can see over there, that side over there hasn't been cut for a good few years, probably about 30 years. So it's growing back up again. So then to take out the peat itself, you use the peat spade. You should only ever cut a peat that's the size of the blade. No bigger, because it won't dry on the peat bog. And if you do, then you're going to have wet peats that won't burn, or if they do, they'll burn with a lot of smoke. And I'm cutting this as a left-handed individual because I was too lazy to change then. But that's a peat, so that's roughly about the right size. Too big and it won't dry. My younger brother, a few years ago, I was taken ill, and so I allowed him to come and cut peats on my peat bank. The peats that he cut were about twice the size of that. And he thought that by taking the peat out in bigger lumps, he would get the job done quicker. The peats didn't dry in the middle, so he was burning peat that had lots of smoke. So once you've taken the peat out of the ground, you just use the fork. And the idea is that you lay the peat on the peat bank. And if you've cut enough peats, it's a very satisfying feeling that when you look back from the road, you see nothing but peats lying on your whole peat bank. And that's a very satisfying feeling. So that's it. You just keep doing that until you've cut enough peats that you need. You would lay it in the sun, ideally on a dry day where you've got a breeze blowing, and then it will form a crust. And then you come back onto the peat bank and you keep turning them over until you've got the whole of the outside of the peat dry. And then you would lay it in little piles like this over here, where most of them are off the ground. Then if you get rain, it doesn't matter too much because most of them are off the ground. And then you lay them like this,